4.5 years ago, I decided to pack my entire life into 2 suitcases and move to Hollywood to become an actress. I thought I knew what I was getting myself into, but over the years, I was able to book TV shows and movies and all of those things. So now I have a better understanding of this industry, but I feel like in the beginning, I really had no idea about anything. Okay, so to backtrack a little bit, the first question is always, why acting? Why LA? I'm originally from Budapest, Hungary. I'm European. Me and my husband decided to move to Los Angeles because he's in the music industry. I'm an actress, so it was kind of like the best of both worlds. I've been acting in Hungary as well. It was kind of the perfect timing to come to America as I was finishing my studies. It's amazing that we got the green cards and we could come here, but nobody really talks about how hard it is to go from having your friends and family around to just the two of you. So I feel like I had a lot of anticipation and excitement about moving to LA. I've only been here once before and it was amazing, but obviously, it's different when you're just there for a week. And I just really had no idea where to start. I didn't have any connections in the industry. I didn't know anyone. I didn't even have headshots. Headshots are like professional photos that you need to have as an actress. I really feel like I made all the mistakes that someone can make. I sent out selfies to industry professionals. Looking back, I'm like, wow. I don't know how, but I booked my first acting gig 3 weeks after moving to Los Angeles. And then I kept going to different sets and I would ask a lot of questions of the other actors. And that's how I would just learn about this industry. And I came here after COVID. And so everything was self-tapes. And I didn't even have a proper self-tape setup. I just used my apartment's walls. Which definitely didn't work. So the first thing that I was told is to have professional photos taken and to go on these casting sites like Backstage, Casting Networks, Actors Access. These are all the websites that actors use to submit themselves for projects. I think my husband took some photos of me and those were my first headshots because I didn't really have the money to pay a professional headshot photographer. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have a manager. So I was just going to different industry events and I was trying to gather information. But even these events were so intimidating because everyone just seems so established. They have X amount of IMDb credits and I would just be like, wow, that's so cool and good for you. And that's when I learned that you cannot take everything for granted in LA. There's a lot of BS here too. Which I wasn't anticipating. And I just really felt like I needed to find my people because that just wasn't it. Oh, and side note, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I feel like for me as a European, it takes me a while to open up to people and get close with people. And I just felt like in these networking events, it was so easy for them to make conversation with each other and laugh and be loud. And I would just be super overwhelmed. And so the more sets that I would go on, I learned so many things from these amazing people. And I honestly didn't anticipate how hard it would be to even get an audition. I don't know if people know this who aren't in the film industry, but even just getting an audition is such an achievement because there are so many people who want to do the same thing. And I just felt like, wow, even just getting an audition feels amazing and special. Most of these auditions were self-tapes, so I needed to get a good self-tape setup, which I do have now. I kind of had a transition. I had a blue backdrop and now I have a gray one. And I would get emotionally attached to every single audition that I did, which is a big no-no. But I was like, yay, finally somebody wants me for their project. I'm so happy. And then I wouldn't hear back from them, which is completely normal in this industry. And even just going to in-person auditions were so funny to me because a lot of these projects would have, let's say, a first round is a self-tape and then a callback would be there's only a fewer people left in the group who are running for the same role. So I would go into these audition waiting rooms and everyone just looked like me, but a better version of me. So a taller version, someone with nicer skin, nicer hair. And at first, I was so intimidated because it's hard when you're already putting yourself out there, but then you walk into this room with a bunch of girls who look exactly like you. And over time, I learned how to make fun of it a little bit and just take it with humor because obviously they want a certain character for this role. This is what they want to cast. And I've learned how to just having a healthy perspective about it all. And I will talk about this more in another video. And then I booked my first lead in a short film here. And it was first a self-tape, and then I had to go in person. And then the third round was a chemistry read with the lead male actor. So chemistry read is basically when they've already cast one of the leads. They wanted to find who's the best match with this person. And so I went to the chemistry read at like 8 p.m. or 9, and it was in downtown LA. I was so nervous. I really thought that it's just me who's doing the chemistry read with this actor, which didn't make sense. Like, why would it just be me? There was a lot of improv, and we went through the entire short film, all of the scenes, and then I gave it my all. And I leave and I'm thinking in my head, maybe I'm already cast for this. Turns out no. Because I walk out and another actress walks in. I knew that I'm gonna get a call Wednesday, and it's 9 p.m. and then 9:05. I tell my husband, like, I need to go somewhere. We just get in the car and I'm driving, and I just shut off my brain and do something else. I suddenly see an email notification on my phone, and I read it, and they tell me that I got the role. And that feeling overrides all of the hardships that you can feel in this industry, because I cried. I'm an empath, and I immediately think about all of the girls who were auditioning, and it's just engraved in me to feel some empathy. But then as soon as I was done with that thought, I was just so happy. So it's always going to be a special project in my head. I really, really cherish the moments where I get the yes. There have been so many ups and downs. I don't know if there's an industry that's as fickle. I don't know if that's the right word. And I feel like another thing that was shocking to me is how much free work goes into acting and self-tapes. I spend an 8-hour day recording self-tapes for different projects, which means that I need to do my hair differently for every project, do my makeup differently, wear something else. Is it a period piece? Is it a movie that's going to be played in the future? Am I someone's daughter? Am I someone's wife? Am I someone's sister? And memorizing lines, multiple scenes sometimes. You learn the lines, you find a reader, you record it, you edit it, and then you might not ever hear back. So just getting used to that took me a while, because I had to change my mentality from, I have to record another audition that no one's going to ever see and I'm never going to hear back, to, wow, I get to be this person for 2 hours today. It's really hard sometimes to book. That's the reality of it. Finding things outside of acting that are interesting to me was also a big thing. To just step away a little bit. Let's take a couple of days off where I do things that aren't related to acting, and then I can get back to it and feel good about it again. And even though I had so many random things happen to me over the years, like going to a callback audition and the producer and the director asking us to play Truth or Dare, I will also talk about this in another video. It's really hard sometimes, but then I somehow developed this positive attitude that I do get to be this character for 2 hours today. And how fun is that? And how amazing that I get to do this for a living. And I would have done anything to be in this position 10 years ago, to live in Los Angeles and work with amazing creative people. I'm super grateful because I feel like I've worked on so many amazing projects in the last 4.5 years, and I've learned so much. At least I'm here. At least I get to do what I love to do. And let me not whine about it. So I've just learned to appreciate myself and my efforts in a different way. Even the fact that I can speak English this way, even though Hungarian is my native language and English is my second language. I just feel like I've grown as a woman, as a person. And that's actually one of the reasons why I created this channel, is because I really want to share my journey with you guys. And I also wanted to give an insight into the reality of what it's like to be an actress in Los Angeles. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Living in LA as an actress, mistakes that I've made along the journey so you don't have to make them, audition tips and techniques, and just give you guys an insight into this amazing, beautiful, tough industry that is the film industry. So if that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I upload a video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!